Hi, it's me, Vamp, and welcome back or welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to talk about Warframe. I know it's a thing, okay? We enjoy Warframe quite a bit, okay? I actually before I continue on, I actually get some messages every now and then saying Warframe is a dead game, or sometimes I'll get even messages saying Destiny's a dead game. And see, that's the thing. I know it's people's opinions about the thing. And yeah, it's people's opinions. You can't really change people's opinion. Now, is Warframe slowly dying? Maybe, but that leads us to the name of this particular podcast. It's going to be changed probably to video games versus 2022, but this snippet part of it that I'm putting on YouTube, yes, I just broke the fourth wall for a moment. The first part of the podcast is usually the part I put on the YouTube. Anyway, so with that said, it's going to be this first thing in the podcast as a whole. It's going to be called Video Games versus 2022. But the specific part I'm going to put on the YouTube is going to be called Warframe versus 2022. Big surprise there. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm even talking about. Okay, Warframe versus 2022. I know I've said it quite a bit, and I want to actually named it something different, but I already used that name before, I think. But anyway, whatever. Warframe versus 2022. I've been talking a lot in my past podcast episodes about how I feel like this is the do or die year for Warframe. I don't know why I feel it that way, but I do. I mean, let's see. They did a bunch of stuff with the new war. The new war, as I keep saying, I think, was a catalyst, is a catalyst for things to come. I mean, most of the things in the new war, most of, if not all of, the new mechanics and stuff, were basically just us testing out. I mean, we didn't even get to keep most of, if not all of, the mechanics. I mean, yeah, we just didn't get to keep it. There was this whole other kit that we were introduced as well, and we didn't get to keep that. There was the whole K drive thing. We didn't get to keep that. We didn't get to keep anything that was introduced to us as if it was only for the new war. But with that said, only for the new war could mean for now, only for the new war, and we're going to get later based on a number of things, based on if it doesn't break the game. Speaking of breaking the game, if you guys want to, hear me talk about stuff or see me show stuff, maybe code, like behind the curtain, as it was, stuff, talk about coding, talk about my own game that I'm slowly trying to make, I guess. Um, Definitely check out Code Vamp. It's my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on the YouTube, there will be a card top right hand corner as well as the link in the description. I mean, listening on the YouTube. And if you're listening to it on another podcast channel like Anchor, for example, or anywhere really, there'll be a link in the description below about that. So yeah, um, back on topic. Warframe. Warframe, this is the year. Make or break for Warframe. Warframe has had, I feel like, more chances than most of the video games I play, if not all of them. Warframe has had a crazy amount of chances. And sometimes they are super good at engaging. This past time, not so much, unfortunately, but that brings us to this year. The new war, like I said, was, I feel, a catalyst. And if it wasn't a catalyst, then I was completely wrong. But it should be a catalyst. Because, I mean, the new war is what? The new war was, it was a fun quest. It was good. But now, unfortunately, people are like, okay, I don't have anything to do. I think some people were like, oh, after the new war, if we get the new, when we get the new thing, I'm going to do this or this or this. Well, we didn't get said new thing. I'm trying to keep it vague because of the fact that, I know not everyone had done the new war yet, because the new war, believe it or not, did bring in new players. And that's also something to look at. The new war, I would say the new war was for new players, but that's a very odd sentence to make considering all the stuff you had to do before you could do the new war. So the new war was for your average players. I feel like the new war served two purposes, okay? As for your fans of Warframe slash veteran players, I guess you could call, the new war, I feel like, served as a, um, you know, sort of not love letter to fans, if you will, but like a fan, we appreciate you type thing. Like, I know you've been waiting for a while, here you go type thing. And for the players that just got into Warframe and grinded up so they could play the new war, a catalyst. I keep saying a catalyst because we keep going back to it because that's what I honestly feel. I honestly feel that the new war was a catalyst, is a catalyst, and stuff on the horizon, big stuff on the horizon. I hope anyway. I really hope. Like I said, I think this is Warframe's last big year to wow people, okay? Because I do actually look at my stuff, my community. I do actually read the comments on YouTube and, Twitch and what have you. I do actually know that, more and more people are slowly falling off Warframe. Now, more people are also getting on Warframe, so there might just be a dynamic shift, or rather a shift in the player base. That could be it, and if that's the only thing, then fine. That's the only thing. But I honestly do feel like this year is the year Warframe has to wow the players. Warframe is a pretty old game. I think we're going on 9 years, maybe 8.5, 9 years, somewhere like that. Warframe had been around for almost a decade. Let that sink in for a moment. So yeah, I feel like Warframe has Warframe had something to prove this year. They really do. In my humble opinion, I could be wrong. Warframe had something to prove. Now, I'm not threatening anything. I'm not threatening to leave the game or anything. I'm just saying it might be in Warframe's best benefit to, actually prove something this year. Okay, see, that sounded even more like a threat, but I didn't mean for it to. But yeah, those of you guys, I'm gonna break the fourth wall again. Those of you guys listening to this part of the segment on the YouTube, feel free to let me know in the, comment section below. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you guys think that Warframe is like has something to prove this year? Like this year is a sort of ride or die type moment? Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I really, really honestly do. We have a dev stream coming up actually, so I'm interested to see what they say they have planned for the year. I know we're going to get at least one new frame. I think a long time ago they mentioned something about 4 frames per year or something. I'm hoping we get new Umbra mods because they, you know, I was hoping we got some. Okay. I'll make a wish list thing. I have a wish list for Warframe. Yeah. Yeah, and not all of it includes Kavats getting their own necromech. Yeah. Yeah. But Warframe isn't the only game that isn't necessarily ride or die, but has everything changing per se. The Witch Queen on Destiny 2 is a big thing that's coming out. Actually, by the time I'm posting this podcast episode, it will be coming out next month. So, yeah, that actually is interesting. I believe it's coming out 2/22/22. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like they want to do the roll off the tip of your tongue thing, much like, I don't know if you guys remember the Omen. It came out 6/6 of 06. Okay, I'm old, okay? But yeah, let's see, what was I going to say? Back on track, Vamp? Okay, so yeah, the Witch Queen, it promises to change everything in Destiny forever. It promises to potentially change engrams, change gunsmith stuff, change, the whole system. Apparently, we're gonna get crafting that we can work towards, and I feel like that's awesome. I feel like us being able to craft our own weapons our own way, we'll eventually be able to craft different perks on different weapons, so we'll be able to make our own god rolls. So the grind won't seem as grindy, and that's always good because right now in Destiny 2, if you want to get something, you have to grind for it. That's just a simple truth. You'll have to grind for it. If you don't get a roll you wanted, guess what? You'll have to grind again. Go back into the thing. Hopefully you get lucky to get the drop. Then hopefully the drop is the drop you want. If it's just one perk you wanted, that's like a demigod roll, but it's not really a god roll, is it? So you'll have to get rid of the weapon, go in the area again, complete the thing, hope you get the weapon you want, and then hopefully both of the perks are god rolls, so you can actually quit running it again and again and again and again and again, on and on, so on and so forth. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking, but Vamp, I enjoy it the first few times. Okay, yeah, that's the key. That's the key term right there. Okay, first few times. First few times. Yes. So, see, that's the thing. You enjoy it the first few times, but the more a grind happens in something, the more either um, feel a type of no way about it or you just dislike it altogether. The enjoyment factor starts disappearing if the grind is too much. If the grind is just right, you'll get a sort of accomplishment. If it's too much, not really. The crafting system is going to be interesting. Although, to be honest, with Destiny 2 in mind, I'm kind of worried that it's going to be a big pay thing. Like, oh, you want this special perk? You can buy this blue gem or, purple gem thingy. It goes inside of your crafting system and lets you craft one of everything or something like that. But we'll wait and see what happens with that. Now, as for games that haven't been around for ages that are coming out this year, let's see. The Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and I'm actually very, very, very excited for that game. Like, super excited. Like, if it's the type of game I think it is, I'm gonna be very, very, very happy. And if it's not, it is what it is, I guess. But head to hoping it's the type of game I think it is. But yeah. Let's see. And I guess we go back to games that are already games for a little bit because I do want to touch a little bit on the whole Overwatch thing. Now, Microsoft is buying Blizzard, Blizzard, Activision, Blizzard, I believe, did the official thing. Let's see. I forget how much they're buying it for, honestly. It is a lot of money, and it's a lot weird that I actually forget how much they're buying it for because of the fact that it is a large amount of money, and it's been like in the news almost nonstop. So the fact that I can't even remember how much they've spent on it is really telling of my paying attention skills, isn't it? It's just really telling that I don't pay as much attention as I thought to detail when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm totally not trying to find it and stalling, even though I could just clip the video and find it. So so what? 68.7 billion, I believe it was, that Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard for. Now the deal won't finalize till next year, 2023. But for everything's sake, everyone is already pretty much down the hole. Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard, so I think things are going to stop being different. I mean, a friend of mine, even most recently, she said she not only did she say, but she actually installed Overwatch again because she quit playing for a while because of the whole Activision, Blizzard, the whole Blizzard, if you've been listening to gaming news, you know what kind of stuff has been happening. Well, anyway, she recently started playing again. And, there we have it. Maybe more people are coming back because they heard the news. Maybe they're actually going to do something to make Overwatch again. I'll be honest, I don't know if Overwatch is Overwatch again. I quit playing Overwatch like maybe 2 years ago. But it before that I used to be addicted to Overwatch. I used to have a problem. I used to have a problem, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to end the podcast here. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. I know we ran a little bit longer than we usually do, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.